Hello everybody, welcome. This is our first part of, the last part of the first part of our coronation programming. We've got loads of coronation shows, not Coronation Street, but coronation type shows throughout the whole of this bank holiday weekend. If you're in the UK, obviously it's bank holiday on Monday. I don't know what you're going to be getting up to at the weekend, but let us know what you're doing. But if you're stateside, I think quite a few people are watching and making sure that you can watch what's going on, all the extravaganza and all the other bits and pieces that are happening throughout the day. But we've got loads for you still. So if you joined us earlier on today, Craig and I've been flipping, moving around. Craig did wake up call. Ben came in and did softer side. Now I'm having a go. We're all having a go today. It's one of those days. We're all just giving it a chance. So I do have the wonderful Craig with me this evening. Craig, you've been quite busy today and not eating.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Can I let you know what just happened there, just there?
Isn't it weird being this way?
It is.
I don't really like. It's quite strange this way.
It's a bit strange.
Was that your food order that you were just giving?
That was my rider. That was my rider.
Yeah.
Yes, I just realised. I was looking back. I thought, oh, demonstrations that we're going to be doing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I need to colour with my tri-blends.
You'll need those in a minute.
You need these. So Liam, cause Sarah and Ben are next door doing HSN preview, so Liam's going about, he just came to put some stuff away. So I quickly scribbled on a bit of paper, Tracy/tri-blends.
It's quite difficult because actually I can't see what you're doing.
No,
you're literally over my shoulder. It's quite strange.
Very strange.
We'll have to get used to it. Yeah, of course, we've got to be a little bit quiet, haven't we? Because they're doing the HSN preview next door. We can't have too much fun.
Well, we can have fun, we just have to do it quite
quiet fun.
Thank you, Tracy. We'll have to do it very quite quietly, only for an hour, until then they're finished, and we can be as loud as we want. But by gosh, we have not even fully focused on our launch. We've not even demonstrated it this morning in Wake Up Call. We talked about it, but of course you were demonstrating softer side, and this is our brand new Inspiration magazine. A third of the stock's already gone, Becky.
I know. I know that the stock's already gone, because if you look at Craig's socials, you'll be able to see what we did about when we learned that the stock has gone. So loads of people are just so excited about having it, because obviously this ties in with the Bohemian collection that we launched this week. So whether you have it or not, it doesn't matter, because you're still going to be getting all the bits and pieces that you would not have got inside that launch day. So you've got lots of other bits and pieces in there. So this is, now that you're going to see it, this will, it's been flying anyway, but I think now we start seeing the demonstrations, this is going to go immediately.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. And there was something earlier on we came across in the comments within Wake Up Call this morning, and the way that I was thinking about it as well is, of course, although it was an incredible big launch yesterday, the items that you get in here are exclusive to the magazine. They're Sarah's signature Bohemian collection, but you can only get them within that magazine. You can't buy them separately, you can't buy them singly, nothing like that, only with the magazine. But then what one of the comments was as well this morning was, well, yesterday I couldn't actually quite reach for the full collection. So what they've done is they've gone for the magazine. One, you get the magazine anyway, but then what you've got is that little bit of a taster when it comes to the Bohemian collection. So I'll show you inside the magazine just shortly. I'll not show it all, because I know many of you love to have that little surprise when you get home and flick through the magazine. But what you are going to be getting, remember, these are Sarah's signature, these are Bohemian items from the collection. What the product development team done is, when they were designing with Sarah, when she was going over the styles, the looks, the colours that she wanted, they also came up with these items here. But then what they decided to do was put them exclusively inside the magazine. So you're going to be getting your 4x6 2D embossing folder. Now that, of course, going to complement that creator card feather die that you'll have got from the big collection, but you've now got that folder in very similar style there. It is 2D, but you're going to be getting that one. You're also going to be getting this die set here. Now you could be creating your own dream catcher if you want. That's a
lovely idea, isn't it?
Think of the beautiful colours, your ivories, your creams, your crafts, but if you want to go bright, you can absolutely do that. Remember, not included within the main Bohemian collection, only within this magazine. But then what you're also going to be getting as well, the stamp set. Now, you've got the moon there with all of those details that are just coming all the way down, nestled down. You've got that floral. You've then, of course, got that feather. You've also got the couple of sentiments too. So when it comes to these, just come in, Liam. Just come in, Liam. He's been a good guy. There he is. He was in this morning. Thank you very much. He's putting them all there. I won't tell them I only needed a couple, but thank you very much. I love that. I've got every one. And that's what you can do with the Bohemian collection, because although many of them you think of the golds, the ivories, the crafts, the creams, etc., you can go to town with all of the colours. So those are the items that you're going to get that are not included within that main collection, just with the magazine. Now, I'm not going to show you the magazine as such just yet. What I will show you is the toppers and the papers that you're going to be getting as well. Now these, once again, these are just for the magazine. So they're going to complement your 12 by 12 that you may have got yesterday within that big collection. Now with these ones, what I love as well is, and I'm actually going to take them out because I'll need to use elements, it is stapled, but then all that I just do is pop them back in there. Now my magazine stays intact, Becky, and now I've got all of my papers that I can then be using.
Oh, look at those.
I can be cutting them up when it comes to the toppers. These are all a matte, so you can ink them even more if you want to stress them. Imagine your glitter pastes on these ones as well. Absolutely beautiful. 2 of each sheet that you've got. I mean, look at that one.
That's stunning, isn't it?
Absolutely
are they
gorgeous.
Irises?
Sorry?
Are they irises there?
You've got a mix. You've got a mix
flowers.
throughout all of the papers when it comes to the colours. Now, as it is as well, what I actually love, okay, there's 2 styles, but they actually come as A3 because the way that they come within the magazine. So all you're going to do is use your guillotine to chop them down, or if you actually want that to be one large piece of pattern paper, you can absolutely do that, no problem whatsoever. But you've got all of these papers as well. So the papers, as well as the toppers, Becky, as well as the stamp set, as well as that dream catcher, as well as the 2D 6x4 emboss and folder. That is heavily, heavily featured within the magazine, but you can, I'm going to stress it once again, you can only get these with the magazine. You can't get them with the big collection. They're not going to be available singly. Once the magazine's gone, that's it. These have gone. So keep that in mind. Maybe you can't reach for that full collection that Debbie, Sarah and Ben launched yesterday. What a nice little taster for you.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely well worth it. I mean, I think even, like I say, even if you're just having all those elements and you're getting the magazine as well, it still makes it great value.
Of course it does.
Do remember, we've got lots of deals for you. So at the moment, if you, we're doing double points on everything that you buy this weekend, up until midnight on Monday. So that's site-wide, but you do also get, if you use the code CROWN20, you get an additional 20% on various items on the website too. We've got other bonus deals. For example, if you wanted to go for the Showstopper collection that you've got here, you'll get 150 bonus points, but they're doubling up over the weekend as well, so you're going to get double points on that too. So do remember to have a look at that, and if you just wanted to go for the magazine, you can do that as well, and you'll still get double points on the 50 points that you'll get on that if that's what you wanted to do. Because like Craig was saying earlier on, you may already have the scoreboard, you may already have the other bits, you just want the magazine. If so, yeah, you can get it in that way as well. So that's £14.99 or $24.95. Platinum price is £11.99. That's great value, or £19.95. 50 bonus points, and they'll double up this week. Lots of people are messaging in to say hello. Charlotte Everett says, good evening, all my crafty lovelies from here in Herne Bay. Hello.
Hello.
Tim C says, hope everyone is well. We are well, particularly as Craig has been giving us lots of goodies as he came in. And I went out and bought, if you watch the Softer Side show, and Ben was saying very sadly how he'd never had shaped pasta that comes in a tin, which I thought was really sad. You know, you're supposed to get them. I bought him a couple of cans of spaghetti, which you can have when he goes home. I never can say your name. I'm really sorry. It's Alche. I can never say it. I'm really Alche. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all well. I can hardly hear Debbie and Craig.
Hey, Debbie. You're not the real Debbie.
I'm not. I am the real Debbie. Maybe start and reset your computer again, because that's what I had to do with my cables earlier on. Lynn says, good evening. Susan Griffith says, hello there, all CCT team, Becky and Craig, from a sunny evening in southeast UK. How lovely it is to see you both. Have a lovely evening. We do have a lovely time, me and Craig.
We do.
I do enjoy working with Craig. Emma, I'll have to say that because he's behind me and he'll throw something at me if I don't say that. Emma says, I ordered the magazine this morning. Well done. That's definitely worth doing because I don't think it's going to be around for very long. Diane says, hello, Craig and Becky. Happy coronation celebration. I purchased the Bohemian collection yesterday. I love the demos that Sarah completed and looking forward to seeing your demos today. Me too. Carletta says, hi Craig and Becky. Mary Beth says, good morning everyone, joining from Minnesota. Lillian says, hi Becky and hi Craig. Okay, so and Benita says, hi everyone, finally finished work and starting my weekend now. Yes!
We were just talking about Dermot, weren't we? He does that in the UK. Your weekend starts right here.
Exactly. So the weekend started this morning.
Well, it did.
Friday morning. It's already, we're already put the way through the weekend.
We are.
Even though it's a long weekend. Yeah, your weekend here, there's no need to go anywhere else. We've got it all for you. We'll be sharing photos of our afternoon tea tomorrow as well when we go and have that. Right, you've got some samples,
I do
you?
indeed.
Oh,
now,
oh my goodness, they look gorgeous.
Gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah.
Now, what we'll have to say, so this one being issue 2. So what we've done, started off with issue 1. It's a collaboration now. So it's a collaboration with Practical Publishing. Practical Publishing is absolutely top of the game when it comes to publications of magazines. So therefore, what we've done is we've teamed together. So you've got all of the knowledge when it comes to magazines from Practical Publishing, and then what we do best when it comes to the ideas, the inspirations, the products, teamed together. So they've also, as well as us, they've also got kind of like their team as well that do finished samples. So you're going to, within the magazine, you'll maybe see names you maybe not necessarily recognised before. Maybe you've recognised some names from other brands that work within Practical Publishing. But what they've made is absolutely beautiful. Now, when it comes to projects such as these ones here, when it comes to the Bohemian collection, with those colours of the papers, it shouts out orange and purples. Doesn't that really showcase exactly what you can be creating? Now, of course, if you're going for that showstopper where you get the score master, you can create something along these lines if you want to. But then this one here, Emma Smith has made this one. So you can then go in with all of your boxes, your trinket boxes that you can see within here. All of these, Emma's also made these ones too. Some of which you're actually going to find tutorials within the magazine of how you can create these. Then look at things such as these as well.
Wow.
Show stoppers indeed. Emma Smith's been really busy. She's had a blast. But your glitters and your paste, go in with all of your Gildan flakes and that if you want to. You know, you could have some little sweets in there or maybe little bath bombs in there or anything like that. You can do that. Then again, another one when it comes to your boxes here, really fab shape, but that is just combining the papers, the elements also within magazine too. Then what about this one here? Again, still sticking around the lines when it comes to the boxes, but all the different ones, but the different looks that you're going to be able to achieve. You've got the toppers when it comes to the magazine. And just to point out as well, these are all made from the elements within the magazine. There's nothing being taken out of the Bohemian collection. So don't think, well, I'm going to have to use elements from the Bohemian collection. No, it's all the Bohemian collections within the magazine.
Okay.
But then you've got your cards too. So Joe Rice, recognise Joe's name, incredible talented crafter, as Emma is. But then going down that mixed media route if you want to. Going around distressing the edges, really starting to ink up if you want to. Freehand border frames with your art liners. Then you've also got ideas such as these ones here. Now this is kind of like a little home decor stand that you can see. Joe's also made this one, but she's decorated it all the way around. She's inked all the way around. She's used the embossing folder as well. Few little embellishments that she's used from her own stash, like that mini bulldog clip. Then we've got Liz, I think that's Maguire, that's made that one there that you can see here. Toppers, papers, as well as the dies that come included. Use your own glitter card or glitter them over the top. Doesn't just have to be your square. So Monica's made this one here. And with all due respect to Monica, a very simple form when it comes to your dies, but look how elegant that looks, but then turn it into an easel as well.
Nice.
So you can see that. What about if you love your mixed media? Maybe you've started on that journey now that Sheena's with us and you love the style of Sheena and you want to then mix and match. Maybe you love watching Mark from Visible Image and his style as well. You can start to take what you've learnt from them, bring them in here, like you can see that we've done within this one here. I think that's Ashley on the back there, Ashley Thompson. So you can see inking it up with that kind of mixed media look. Your waterwork effect within that background. Maybe you like to do all of your different styles. That one there, just taking your ripped paper and then just rolling them up into little tubes. Keeping it simple, creating your background with the sentiment and then going in with your nesting dies. I mean, look at these ones here. Another beautiful from Monica. Then Liz once again. DL cards, 5x7. What about embossing your mirror card that you can see that Liz has done here? Elements from the papers inside. You've got sentiments there as well if you want. I mean, look at that one there with your alcohol inks, but then onto your mirror card as well. Isn't that exceptional? Absolutely exceptional that Ashley's done. Fussy cutting, and then last but by no means least, because the toppers, you actually get 2 sheets of each of them, including the papers. If you love to do things such as your fussy cutting and your decoupage, you can absolutely do that. All of that you can be creating. The magazine is filled with all these ideas and inspiration. What you will find as well within the magazine is ideas and inspiration for Colour Your World. Maybe you want to start to team them together, you can absolutely do that. But that, just an incredible collection within that magazine that you were talking about.
Fantastic. Wow, that looks amazing. I really love those colours. Lillian Kwok says, and those colours are my favourite. And Sue Benson says, hello from the kitchen, Demolition Day in Montana. I love the new magazine. It really is, you know, when I think of Bohemian, I think of dream catchers and flowers, but all of those beautiful sort of turquoise colours and oranges, they are absolutely beautiful. Love those. So if you're really keen on getting your hands on this, you might want some new ink pads. So we have got some of our shimmer pearlescent ink pads. This is a 10% saving of this bundle here. The first one is your lime soda. Then we have a sugar plum. We've then got peach rose. Then we've got queen bee. Very appropriate this weekend. We've got raspberry. We've got toffee apple. Ooh. We've got tropical blue. There you go, tropical blue. We've got amethyst, reading upside down. Then we've got starlit sky. And then finally we've got, what's that say? Oh, frosty mint. I need to put my glasses on. They look like fiery mint for me. These are really lovely, and they're very sort of economically correct. These £53.91 or $71.91. Platinum price is £43.13 or $57.53. So you're going to be getting a 10% on this. Really, really well worth potting. The magazine has been super busy, so I'm going to show you this again. If you just want the magazine, it's £14.99, $24.95. Platinum price is £11.99 or $19.96. 50 bonus points, but over this weekend you'll be doubling up on those bonus points. You actually get 100 altogether. It doesn't have any of the bits around it. It's literally just the magazine, but there is so much in that magazine, and you're going to be able to get that and start crafting immediately. So definitely worth having. So Craig, you're going to show us what we can do with it, aren't you? I
am, and you know what? We're going to start very, very simple.
Excellent.
Very, very simple. So maybe you are one of many new viewers to us at Crafters TV. Maybe you're just starting out when it comes to magazine kits. Then we're going to show you what you can do just with the stamp. And I've got some tri-blends. I thought we better use them, seeing as I asked for them early on. So what we're going to do within this one here, I'm going to use my large stamping platform, and it's just because that's what we've got to hand in the studio. And then what I've also got is a piece of our cardstock. Now this is our Nina cardstock, and I have cut it to 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. So I'm just going to line this one up, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take that stamp set from the magazine. Now, none of the demos that I'm doing feature any of the items, I'm not even using linen cardstock from the original collection. Okay. It's just from the box collection. Okay. You know, I've maybe used, for instance, I'm away to use some of my own satin cardstock from Mats and Layers, but I purposely didn't want to use anything from the big collection. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to go in with, it's kind of like half moon, half dream catcher when it comes to the design of this one. So I'm going to take this one off, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go let's go as central as I can, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to budge it just to the left-hand side to start with, because then what we will do is we're going to come along and we're also going to do our sentiment just to the side, just as it comes along there at the side of the moon. Now, what I'm going to do, you can absolutely stamp them both together because I'm using the same ink. I'm just going to budge that along just a little bit more. However, what I am going to do is I'm just going to do it separately because it's just what I like to do. Prefer to do it separate. So I'm going to go in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp. Now, this set is our set here in the studio, so it's not been used yet. Okay. So I'm going to give it a little prime. Now, what I mean by that is when it comes to any new stamps, sometimes the chances are, and I tell you what, let's just do this just now, just to see if this is what happens.
So this has happened to me before when I've bought a stamp, tried to use it, and it doesn't quite work. Is this what I should be doing on my new stamps? I
would always recommend new stamps. Doesn't matter whether it's acrylic, polymer stamp, any stamps. For me, I would highly recommend that you prime it first.
Okay.
Now, the reason I do that is this is a brand new stamp and I've just taken it out of the packet and I'm inked it up. Now, without you knowing, there could be lots of tiny little fibres, residual material of the stamp sitting on top.
Okay.
So you go to ink like I've done now, go to press, and sometimes, a lot of the time, you don't get a nice, crisp, clean impression. You get a bubbled effect. So if I lift that up, and actually I can see, certainly round here, it's not smooth.
Okay.
It's more of a bubbled effect. It's not got that smoothness. And that's just because you've still got some of the material on the stamp, that's then stopping it from getting that impression on the cardstock.
Okay.
So there's a few things that you can do. I always like to go back with my translucent clear ink pad, Becky. Now you can, if you've got your stamp cleaner now that we do, what you could do, give this a clean on your stamp cleaner and that's you good to go.
Okay.
And you can do it, and creature of habit. I've always used my translucent clear. I do it with every brand new stamp. I only do it once. I'm away to do it now and it won't need done ever again. So all that I'm going to do is go on with my translucent clear ink pad. It's kind of priming it, it's giving it a smooth, it's taking away any of that excess residual material. And I say that, if you wipe your hand, you're not going to see the material, that's so tiny. But then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go on with my ink pad. The translucent clear, it's not going to affect your ink pad. Okay. It's not going to damage it. It's not going to affect any future impressions, nothing like that. It's just giving the stamp something to cling on to. And as I said, that's me done that once now. I don't ever need to do that again. What I can then do is come in and then I can then apply that in. So I'm just going to press that in, work my way round. And then I know, and I can tell you straight away, not because I can see the stamp impression, because I just know that then what I'm left with is the most smoothest. I wonder if, now keeping in mind, ignoring that bit that I've missed at the top, you can actually see quite a faintest difference, can't you? Within that one there, that's more substantial.
Yeah,
and then that one, you can see the flowers within there, a bit more clearer. It's a bit mottled in there, and that's not our camera. That is just because it stopped the ink from actually applying to the cardstock. And then just clean your stamp now as normal, and then just go in time and time again whenever you need it with your ink. Okay. Don't need to use the translucent clear. So that's what I always do, and I'm left with that gorgeous impression. So I can move that one out the way. And then all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with my tri-blends. I'm going to go in with gold yellow blend, true blue blend, light green blend, burnt orange blend, and magenta blend. And then what I'm going to do is, let's go in with the magenta for this one. And I am going to do a bit of blending, but I'm not going to be overly perfect about the blending here. All that I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in, certainly into the inside of that moon. And usually I would always say, if you're doing your blending, do a small section at a time. Yeah. Because then, of course, it gives you time to do the blend. But what I'm going to do within this one, because I'm not blending each individual section, all that I'm doing is I'm just going to go around that outer edge. And then what we can then do is come back in now with that mid-tone. And then I'm going to blend it out. So I'm colouring and blending the full moon instead of each individual section. So I'm just going to then blend that one out into here, and then I can go back and with that light and then finish that off. And then I'm going to come in now with this next bit, and I'm just going to use that fine nib from the tri-blend just to get into these bits here within the florals as well as the foliage. So I can just then go in, work my way in where I see the detail of the moon, which is actually in there, and then just work my way. So what we can then do is then come in now, and then let's then take that down into here, work my way around. So I'm just going to come in with that darker, so this is the darker side of the magenta, blend that one out into about 2/3 of the way. Let's bring that one in. And with this one being your Nina cardstock, you know that you're going to get that perfect application, but also that perfect blend. So let's go in.
Pretty stamp, isn't it?
It's a really, really pretty stamp. It really, really is. It's a lovely stamp. And it's one of those, when I was playing with it the other day, I could see myself going in with the pinks and the magentas, but then going in with the yellows, or going in with my metallics, or going in with my blues. It's going to be fitting.
Yeah.
And I think that's because it's got that bohemian style, which really does tend to lots of colours. So once again, I'm just going to then work my way in there. And then let's just then go in with that mid-tone. And then blend that one out. Into here. And then that's really that main bit done for the moon. And then it's really now, let's go in with the gold yellow blend. And then I'm going to go in with that light tone as well. Now, this one, what I am going to do, Becky, is do that section by section.
Okay.
So I've gone in with that light. So let's go dark to one side, dark to the other, and then blend that in. And then this is giving it that sort of halo, but also that framework and that shade, although I'm doing it all the way round. So then we can follow all the way round. So again, section by section. And when I say that, essentially all that I'm doing is just wherever I'm going to colour, the section in between, you know, for instance, the floral and the edge of the moon, or the floral and the foliage. That's what I'm classing as a section. And then blend that one out there. But could you imagine this with your Stay Sticky glue pen and then with your Gilding Flakes instead?
Lovely, wouldn't
How
it?
fab would that be?
Beautiful.
Or your Stay Sticky glue pen and then your glitters,
Yeah.
if you want to. So you
I love those glitter Gilding Flakes. Glitter paste I've not used. I've got
You've
some.
not used
I
them?
haven't used it yet, but yeah, those Gilding Flakes I think are so beautiful.
They really, really are. It's so fit in the colours that we've got Bohemian as well, and then having that sparkle with it. So then this one, I'm just going to go all the way around. You know how there's so many nowadays that love that feel of the Bohemian. They want that relaxing. They want that kind of quaint and sort of feel. You're giving them a card. Maybe they're ones that have got your dream catcher on the wall or on the bedroom wall, or you want to send them a card just because, and you're not sure what to send them. Well, this is going to be absolutely perfect.
Absolutely, yeah.
Really is. And then let's just go in. Let's go in with a little bit of the burnt orange here.
So dream catchers, are they supposed to hold on to the good dreams or hold on to the bad dreams and take them away?
So yeah, so it's meant to hold on to the good dreams, but keep away the bad dreams. So I believe, maybe wrong on that one, but I believe. I certainly don't want them to catch the bad dreams and keep away the good dreams.
Do you, when you were young, did you ever have a recurring good dream or a recurring bad dream?
I've always had a recurring bad dream.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what it is?
So it's not like horrible bad. Do you know what it is? It's I'm standing in the sea.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to walk, and I just can't walk.
Oh,
that's
quite frustrating.
I just can't walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I cannot explain the most horrible feeling that gives. And it's just shallow. It's maybe just up to my knees, but I'm trying to walk forward.
Yeah.
Trying to walk forward, and it just won't let. And it could be a beautiful day, it could be a rainy day, I could be at home, whatever beach it is in my dream. Yeah. I'm just trying, and I just can't. And then I get agitated, I get scared, I get worried because I just can't walk.
Oh.
It's so weird.
I wonder what that means.
I used to have a dream book.
Something about overcoming obstacles or something like that, maybe.
Maybe.
Know.
Or feeling, I can't even say feeling stuck or in a rut or that, because I'm quite fortunate I don't feel like that. But it's maybe, how sometimes you find or people say there's actually some bad dreams that are actually meant to be good.
Okay.
It's a bit like tarot cards, isn't it?
Yeah.
The bad one is actually meant to be quite good. But, sorry, Jamie? No, I'm not scared of the sea. No. Not scared of the sea. I'm a really good swimmer. It's one of those, I'm not a fan of swimming, but
Yeah.
I can swim.
Yeah.
So I went to swimming lessons when I was younger. I go to the swimming parks if I'm on holiday, paddle in the sea. Yeah, I'm not scared of it whatsoever. So that kind of makes it even more strange
It
as
is
to how I
very
have something
strange.
like that. What about you?
If there's anyone watching that knows about dreams, let us know what that might be. I used to have a recurring dream about Esther Rantzen as a child. So, yeah, if anyone doesn't know who she was a TV presenter and a journalist who started up Childline, which was this, a phone number for children that were in need, that were scared, to be able to sort of help them. And she used to do a show. I can't even remember what it was called, but a show years ago when I was a child, and I was quite frightened by her because she's got really big teeth.
She does, yeah.
And I had this recurring dream that I had to get away from her, and by getting away from her, I had to swim through a tunnel to get out of the way and hold my breath for a really long time. And I had it every year around about my birthday for years. And then I watched the programme which she did, and I wasn't frightened of her anymore, or her scary big teeth. It's funny, isn't it, when things that affect you? These kind of recurring dreams.
Yeah, because she done quite a big talk show in the UK for a number of years, didn't she?
Do you remember she did this? She did a show. Was it called That's Life? Or
That's Life.
Yeah, That's Life. And she had a gentleman on there who was who'd helped smuggle children out of prison camps, and
Vaguely remember that.
He'd saved loads and loads of children, and they were all in the audience, the ones that he'd saved.
Really?
Yeah, and I just think how amazing. There were sort of 300 or 400 adults there. It was amazing, incredible. Gives you goosebumps, actually, having something like that.
Wow.
She doesn't frighten me anymore. I don't even.
That's good then.
Yeah, I don't even know if she's still.
No, she's
Still
yeah,
around.
no,
I
she's
don't
still
have to see her
here.
on things anymore. Retired, I reckon.
She's not one of the many celebrities we've lost just yet here in the UK.
Yeah, it's not good, is that? Yeah.
Shall we move on that subject?
Yeah, let's move on to happy news. Lynn asked about why. Can I ask? Can you use your embossing pad to prime a new stamp?
So that is it.
Yeah, so that is that one.
That is what you would use for your embossing powder. Absolutely, yeah.
Fantastic. And Evelyn says, "Hi all, Craig. I so love you and your amazing crafting techniques. Amazing." I don't know if anybody's been watching Michelle do her draw, but I don't know if you did watch it. You never guess who won the craft along with Craig.
Who won?
Me. But we put it back in. We put it back in. Craig and I are going to do one together anyway, aren't we, Craig? I'm going to go over one night. We're going to do a craft along, the two of us.
Yes.
Yeah. So I can't remember the person that did win off the back of my at the moment. I can't remember who it was in the end. But lots of people. There were some great prizes. I know. When Michelle pulled it out, she said, "Oh, it's Becky. Becky. I don't know who Becky is." And then I messaged her afterwards and I said, "Is it me?" She was like, "Yeah, it is you. I checked." And I was like, "Of all the people, there you go." But we'll have to do that. We'll have to do that craft along another time, Craig. But I can't remember who it was. It was somebody in Gracie. I remember the name Gracie.
Right.
But I can't remember who won. Maybe.
Not our Gracie.
Yeah, I
on
think.
social.
What's Gracie's mum? What's the mum?
Oh, that's. Oh, she wasn't on my craft along, was she, the other week? Last week?
I don't know. I can't remember. I thought it was someone in Grace, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh.
Susan Griffith says, "I've ordered the six." Oh, Charlotte Everett.
Yes.
Yeah. And Gracie. Yeah.
Little Gracie. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so good.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I have to say, you were very kind, and you said to Michelle.
Oh, I could hardly say. Oh, exactly. I can have you doing a craft along at any point.
We're going to do that because that's what we were messaging yesterday that we talked about in Wake Up Call this morning. So yeah, what we are going to do, don't ask when because we'll need to sort it, but one night we're going to do a craft along. You're going to come round to mine, aren't we? And then we'll do some crafting and we'll do it live on our social pages. And yeah, so we are going to do that.
Yeah, we are going to film it. Susan Griffith says that I ordered the 6x6 pad, the lovely Dreamcatcher emboss folder, and the diedables with a moon. I hope some bohemian items stay around while folks save up to order what they love. Yeah, unfortunately, this is always the case, isn't it? When you see something, I mean, I've done it. I've thought, oh yeah, I'll leave that until next time, and then suddenly it's all gone. but you know, it's very difficult to make that call, isn't it, as to what you're going to get, what you're going to buy. Okay, that looks lovely.
So, you know what I'm like when it comes to my stamps? I always go around my finished stamped or my finished stamped colour with ice grey too. I think it really makes it stand out. You could do it with one of your very, very light blues if you want to. That works. But now I've just gone in. This is what I meant by you could have stamped the sentiment at the same time as the actual design, but it's just something I've always done. I always do it separate, and I'll probably always do it. But gone round with You're Amazing. So that was Ice Grey 2, it was Magenta Blend, it was Light Green Blend, True Blue Blend, Dark Orange Blend, and then Gold Yellow Blend. And then all that I'm going to do, that, Becky, is simply all that I'm doing from the magazine. Going in onto our card, which is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. Pop that one over the top. What I'm then going to do, now that is then 5 by 5 because your gold satin is 5 by 5. So then let's go on with some foam pads. I'm going to add these ones on, and then if I pop that into here, I've taken a 6 by 6 card blank, so I've got quite a big framework going on. Of course, your card blank could be 5 by 5 if you wanted to. I'm not adding any embellishments, I'm not adding any little die cuts, because remember from that die set as well, you've got all these little feathers, you've got the moon, you've got the dots, you've got the stars. These are all tiny little diddy ones, so that could be nice little embellishments, but I'm not doing that. All I've simply done is used 2 stamps, and then I've gone in with 6 colours, and that is all that I'm doing when it comes to that one. Lovely. So if you love your stamping, it's very simple, but it can be, when I say time consuming, what I mean by that is it's one that you could sit, relax, colour in. It's not going to take long. I would take a lot more time. This is my finished one. Now, I took about 40 minutes on that one there because I just relaxed and took my time. So you can see where we're going with that one, but the exact same colours, and you can do that. That's just 2 stamps. We've not even used the dies, we've not even used the folders, not even used the papers that come included. And incidentally as well, there's something very similar in the magazine. So as well as watching back this show, it's in that magazine as well for you to follow.
Fantastic. I like how simple it is. It just looks really clean. Very nice card. So that, Cindy said that is beautiful, Craig, and I really do agree with you. So if you do want the showstopper, this is what you're going to be getting in it. You're going to be getting the magazine, you're going to be getting the scoreboard, and you're going to be getting a selection of goodies down here. So you've got some cardstock, and you've also got some foam, circular foam. We've also got some, what are they? What's that? I can't see that. Acetate. I can't. The light is right on it. It looks like white vellum, and I'm thinking, where's that come from? You've got your acetate there as well. Who put that there? What's this here? Platinum price is £32. Or $40, 150 bonus points you're going to be getting with this, but if you buy it this weekend, you'll be doubling up on those. You get a 300 bonus points on there. We're going to give you an opportunity to check out your baskets while we have a quick break, and we'll see you in a couple of moments.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, It's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Come on, that was really funny, Ben. You did.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that? We'll do it. Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are. Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you're having a lovely day. We are learning so much today, and this is launch day, and we are talking all about this fantastic magazine. We've got two different offerings for you. You've got one as a showstopper that we've got here, which is a bundle of loads of different things that you would need. Well, we're sure you're going to need. You've got your acetate there, you've got a scoreboard, you've got a selection of cards there, as well as circular foam, as well as the magazines. The magazine's got loads of different elements in there. If you've already bought the Bohemian selection, the Bohemian collection that we brought out earlier, was it yesterday? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gone so quickly. These won't replicate what you've already purchased. They're things to be used in addition, and they're actually exclusive to the magazine. Really great price on this, £40 or $50. Platinum price is £32 or $40. 150 bonus points you're going to be getting on this. Plus, if you buy anything this weekend, you're going to get double bonus points on everything as well. Do also remember you've got Crown 20 as a promo code. You'll be able to get 20% off selected items on the website. So we're trying to give you as much love, as much coronation love as we possibly can this weekend. So Craig has already shown us one lovely design that you can make with the elements in here. You're going to show us some more in a minute?
Yeah, I'm doing. I thought what we could do, Becky, is have a little flick through the magazine. Okay. Like I say, if you're like me, and I know many of you are, I know Becky's the same, when you're buying a magazine, you don't want to see all the pages. You want a little bit of a surprise. So what we've got here is a crafter's inspiration. Now, we'll call it now a global magazine because it literally goes across the globe at the same time. Beforehand, with our magazines, it would launch in the UK, and then that same edition wouldn't launch for a couple of weeks in America, and then maybe later in Europe, where it's now everyone can get it at the same time, which is great. Now, when it comes to the magazine, you're going to be able to replicate so many of the ideas that you see throughout, and then you've got like at least 91 ideas that you can then get creative with. Then what we've got here is we've got Mike Cross. Now, if you are an avid Crafters Companion fan and you've maybe not had many practical publishing magazines in the past, you might not necessarily know who he is, but he is then the editor of our magazine. We say magazine, he's high up at Practical Publishing, so he knows what he knows.
Yep.
So he heads at our magazine, he gets together with our team, you know, they have a chat, and, you know, he's very knowledgeable when it comes to craft as well as magazines. So he talks you through, you can see you've got Know Your Products. Now we've got the Shimmer ink pads on the show, so you've got a little feature there. We've got a really good Q&A when it comes to Leanne in there. We've got all these different ideas too. Now you've got your index, so to speak, so gives you an idea of the demonstrations that you're going to be able to follow along with in the magazine. What we've got is a little bit about what you're getting that are exclusive to the magazine. Some of these you've already seen are the finished samples I showed you up close a moment ago at the start of the show, that you've got the step-by-steps if you want to. And then there we go, so there it is. Remember I was saying that the style that I done is also in here as well, and that's where I took part of my inspiration, because I wanted to show how easy it is to replicate from the steps that are in the magazine. So you've got that one there. So also Once Upon a Time. So you get a feature catch-up with Sarah within this one here. So she talks you through our love for Once Upon a Time, you know, also step by step. So although what I love about our magazines now with Practical Publishing is, instead of, and you know, I mean this respectfully for the team, instead of a few ideas when it comes to the products that you get within the magazine, you now get a magazine jam-packed full with ideas and inspiration from the goodies you get. Then you get additional ideas from past collections, such as your Once Upon a Time. And you'll see just in a moment, loads of ideas with Bohemian. And that's using just the elements from the magazine. So again, there you are, you've got some more ideas to see there with the elements from the magazine and just the magazine. Your step-by-steps, what you're going to need, your go-tos, it's all there for you. There is stamping, there's die cutting, there's mixed medias, there's inking, there's so many styles when it comes to the elements that you've got. Here's a few as well. There's Jo Rice that you can see. She's done a step-by-step for you as well. So it really is. And not just these pages here. As you get to the back, there's more other ideas, pictorial ideas as well when it comes to the magazine.
So there's something in there, whether you are a beginner or whether you are, you know, very experienced. Because sometimes I think as a beginner, you might look at some of the demos and think, oh, I'm never going to be able to do that. I don't have all the right bits and pieces. But with this, there'll be something there for everybody.
Definitely, yeah. And the prime example is what I've done to start with, and there's many that a beginner could do. A beginner. Now, a beginner. Oh,
talking to beginners.
Here he is.
Hey! Here we are. We just told everyone on the preview show to come across here.
Oh, did you? Oh, thank you very much.
We're gate crashing the party.
Yeah.
Did I not warn you we were coming?
They did. I've got some warnings here.
Did you have any choice?
Oh, you see. Do you know what we agreed?
What?
That I would come and stand with you and Ben would go and stand with Craig. Are you going to tell them why, Ben?
Because it's really awkward because we don't have microphones in here, so I didn't want to talk into
You don't need microphones. You and Sarah do not need microphones.
We can hear
Are you trying to say that we're really loud, Craig?
How dare you?
How very dare you! I wasn't even talking into Debbie's boobs!
Becky!
I called you Debbie! That's because we were talking about boobs. You can't talk about boobs without
We'll just go. We'll just go.
Well,
everyone calls me Debbie. Everyone's called me Debbie at least once.
what's all that about?
I don't know. It's weird, isn't
You
it?
don't look like a Debbie.
Well, my sister was called a Debbie, and I always think it's her.
They were going to call me Kimberly, you know.
Really?
Yeah, just interesting fun fact of the day.
Kimberly Davies.
Anyway, what you got on?
I've got a red dress.
No,
I would
Becky,
say
no.
more orangey, actually.
is,
It goes
isn't
nice with my lip colour, doesn't it?
It does. It's all about the fantastic magazine,
Well,
which has been really popular, hasn't it?
Well, what I love about that one is the fact that you get more of my Bohemian collection
Yeah.
included. When it just launched yesterday, you get it in with the magazine.
Loads. I think it's really great that there's so many different items in there to get you started. If you've never had any kind of idea about what you're going to do, and haven't got any other items, you've got lots of stuff in there to get you started.
As well. Full house tonight, guys. Full house.
Yay!
Yay!
Let them get back to
Well,
it.
before you do,
Oh, yeah.
just in case anyone didn't see the HSN preview, which I'm sure they did,
Everyone did.
any good things coming our way
what's coming?
anytime soon?
You need to join and see the ink pads.
Really?
Yes.
And I did it. I'm coming back. I'm going to show you what I
Oh,
made.
Oh, here we go.
So she's going to go and fetch her demo that she did with the duet ink pad. She's very, very excited.
Was it really, really
Yeah.
good?
So
Was
did
it?
Sarah
Yeah.
just say she's going to fetch Gemini 2s for all of us? Is that what she just said?
She did.
Yeah, she did say that, didn't she?
It was something like that. She was so pleased with this demo that she'll get in a second. She asked everyone to screenshot it
Yeah.
to
And
then
tell
show
Leanne.
Leanne.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if she can find it now, it looks like she can't find it.
Oh,
She's got it.
What do you mean she can't
Oh,
find
you got it? Oh, there
I'm
we go.
getting them to frame it.
Oh, look at
What
that.
do you reckon?
Ooh. Oh, I love that.
Leanne, but you would think I was looking at my finished results, wouldn't
That's
you?
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
really
just
like
watched
that.
Leanne's tutorial earlier this week when
Yeah.
she was on. Yeah. So duetting pads will be on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Leanne's going to be on. So the good thing is on Tuesday you can watch me on HSN, then switch over and watch Leanne on Crafters TV, and then you can watch me on HSN, then you can switch back over and watch Leanne on Crafters TV, and you can finish off with me on HSN all night.
I'm on
Oh,
Crafters
wow.
TV as well on Tuesday with Leanne. You can
Oh,
watch me as well on Crafters
Yeah,
you
it's
can
so.
watch
Oh no,
Ben.
I'm not because I'm on holiday next week.
Yeah.
I'm not on
Turning
anything.
into
Oh,
Debbie
I'm on.
Fisher,
I'm on.
She on
Sewing
holiday?
Street.
Oh, right, she's not on anything, but I'm on
Sewing
Sewing Street, but I'm not on anything.
So wherever you lot watch on TV on Tuesday, one of us is going to be on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looks like a
Okay.
band.
Excellent.
Not Nicola, because where are you going to be on Tuesday, Nicola?
HSN.
HSN. She's not in front of the camera, she's behind the camera,
Behind
making
the
sure
Where are you going to be on
see
Tuesday,
everything.
Craig?
I'll be packing my bags, hitting the road to Scotland.
Oh, is
Debbie
anyone not a
Fisher.
slacker?
Debbie
Are you taking the high road?
But only if you take the low road.
No, I'll be in
The-
Scotland.
Before you, Bonnie Bankson. Yeah.
Bye!
Right, I'll be taking this back. I'm going
Come
to see if Leanne's... No. Because I texted a picture to Leanne and I was like, are you really proud of us? So I'm just waiting for my text back. Right, I'm off.
We
Have
get
fun.
star.
Have fun.
See you later.
Sorry,
Myself,
everybody.
not,
Don't
not
you
again.
apologise.
Would you give yourself a
Oh,
star?
shh. Don't tell Craig.
Don't tell Craig what.
No, that wasn't the case. The viewers said Sarah needed a star. It was
Oh.
a viewer vote.
If Sarah needed one, did she?
They yeah, she had to have a star. Yep. Yeah, that's how it was.
Okay.
Right, well, no, actually, I have a question for you, Craig.
Okay.
Okay. So I was talking about this whole showstopper, and someone has said, "What's the circular foamy thing Becky was talking about?"
The foam on a roll. I won't do it.
You should do it. I'm not doing it on my own. I'm not doing it on my own.
No,
It'd just be
actually,
weird.
do you know what? I'm just thinking maybe I should because Ben's out there and that would wind him up big
we do
time.
it?
Well, we'll do
Yeah,
it. We'll
yeah.
do it. All right, go
So
on
what's
then.
this?
Right, it's like,
What's
get your
this?
cameras ready. It's foam on a roll.
Foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll,
foam on a roll, foam on a roll.
Hey!
Let's see if he runs in a minute.
Well, we did it. I've tried. I think he's already out.
He's
the
on-
car,
he's gone.
Zooming away. Go back to where you
Yes.
you were clicking through. We were saying lots of projects for all sorts of different techniques and all sorts
Yeah.
of different levels.
Levels,
Of card making.
yeah, and that was why I want to kickstart with that first demonstration, also with the tuition written within the magazine. Now, if you're a new crafter will predominantly have an ink pad to start with and some colour and mediums. You're going to have cardstock, so you can absolutely do that as a beginner. You don't need to blend like I do. Just lay that colour down, perfect for beginners.
Yep.
But then, if you are more intermediate, if you are more advanced, it is also a way to progress as well when it comes to the levels. But then we've got Vanessa Hodgkins here. It's incredible with the bright colours that you can see. I have to stress as well, these have all done, apart from the odd additional embellishment, these are all done with the Bohemian exclusive items from this magazine, issue 2. Nothing's been used from the big collection. You know, this is a team from Practical Publishing. They're not from us per se, so they're not necessarily going to have our product unless they've purchased them themselves. They'll have been sent the magazine with all of the goodies, and then they've created their projects with them. So that being said, if you did go for the big collection, then of course you can absolutely start to use them if you want. We've got Anne-Marie Sinfield in there as well. We've got more, and this is what I mean, Becky. All of these pages are jam-packed full with ideas from the goodies that you get, which is exceptional. If I go back before, you know, you used to get some goodies, and it may sound in a negative, and I don't want it to be, but you got some ideas when you got the products within the magazine. Now, that magazine is jam-packed full all focused on the items that you're getting. But then if you are wanting other tutorials, we've got Ashley Thompson there. I just want to have a look. Tracy Rogers. This is your Get to Know Leanne. Now, if you are new to us because you follow the journey with Practical Publishing and the magazines that they do, then Leanne Chivers is our Head of Product Development. So every single thing we touch here on Crafters TV, everything that's Crafters Companion branded, Spectrum Noir branded, really the only section is Violet Studios. Violet Studios under the umbrella is headed up by Nikki Holt, so it's kind of got a separate team, although it's still with us. So apart from Violet Studios, everything else is from Leanne and her product development team. Violet Studios is Nikki Holt's team. So this is Leanne. So Leanne and our product development team, getting to know her as well. Her gorgeous doggy is Ted there. You've got a Jack Russell puppy. Some of the first items she bought. Just things such as what is her role within the company as well. Now we say she's the head of product development, but what does that entail? It's all there for you as well. Her crafty style, different things that she loves. It's full. You've got all of the papers. You've got all of your...
Great singing, mate. Loved it.
we thought you'd gone.
No, I was just appreciating your voice.
Can you hear that sarcasm in the voice?
Doesn't like doing it, but he's done it. He doesn't like singing the old phone roll.
No, I don't.
I like to try and trick the craft expert into singing it or into saying it.
Yeah.
So I think once you've said it, that's it. It's
No,
you
not
have
with
to
me.
go.
No,
I
not
can
with
never,
me.
and I can never convince Lily to say it. There's no way she's gonna.
I've sort of toned down a little bit now, and I think Debbie's the kind of
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
occasionally.
yeah.
I haven't sung it for ages.
no.
No?
No.
Well, there you go.
We
Special
need new song.
rendition.
Yeah. We just
Coronation rendition.
Coronation rendition. Oh, and if you want to see the full version of it, by the way, I think it was on Monday, was National Ukulele Day, so I did like a full four-verse song of it on my ukulele last year, so I reposted it, and that had a lot of likes. So if you want to see the full version, I mean, you probably don't. It's on my page. I'm going now.
What are you doing back in here?
Well, they were singing Foam in a Roll, so I just came in.
Oh, I joined in from outside, but you couldn't hear us. Have you seen me crowns?
I have. I've been wearing them.
I'm
Yeah.
taking them home for the kids now.
Oh, they'd love it.
Yeah.
You've actually got a reel that's just gone up on if they want to make them, haven't they? Yeah, I noticed that
I
before we
didn't
went live.
invent it, guys. I just found somebody else's template online and thought I'd have a go.
It's a good
Great.
idea.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
cute. I like the tiara better.
Yeah, yeah, it
I
is
always
nice.
like a tiara.
Princess Debbie.
Yeah.
Debbie. I might
Debbie.
just change my name to Debbie anyway. It's just easier for everybody, isn't
Fit
it?
in well round here then. Right.
Me too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
We go by any name.
Crown.
Have a lovely long weekend.
You guys too.
Yes.
Bye.
See you later. I forgot what I was doing now. I think we're going back to you, weren't we?
Well, to me? To me?
The
Right.
boss has spoken.
Loads of people messaging in, lots of laughing, I think, and lots of people very pleased that we sang the song because we've been waiting. We've not been singing the song very often. Everyone laughing. You're a riot. Yeah, the gang's all here and talking about boobs, as we do. Actually, Michelle says Craig's on holiday again.
What do you mean? Do you know something?
I think at the moment it's Debbie Fisher and Ben. Ben
I'm the
always.
one that by the end of the year, or by the end of kind of like the working financial year, so to
Yeah.
speak, holiday year, I'm like, you've got these holidays you need to... I never take holidays.
Do you not?
No, never take holidays. No, never do them. Have to take them or I lose them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so this year I'm trying to be good. Try to be good, but I'm trying to be sensible, recharge the batteries as well.
Yeah, I think that's important, isn't it?
That's exactly what I'm going to be doing, yeah.
Will you be crafting while you're on holiday?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't not.
So it's not
Can't
really
not.
a holiday because you're still working.
What's it they call it? A busman's holiday?
Busman's holiday.
Yes.
Yeah.
so
Are
I
you going
will
on a
be.
crafting tour? Crafting tour around the UK.
Yeah, there's an
with,
idea.
Yeah, around Scotland.
I won't be doing craft when I go to Scotland. I don't
No.
take... I tell a lie. I was about to say I don't take anything with me. I do. I take my colouring pads and my tri-blends.
Right.
Just so I've got something if I want to do
That
something.
many tri-blends that you've
No,
got
and
there.
my tri-blend case that I've
Right.
got, I take that with the colouring pads. Other than that, no, I don't take. But the first half of my week, I'll be staying here. I want to do another little bit of decorating, and then, yes, I will be doing a little bit of crafting for myself.
Sounds like a good idea. Mary Reno says she loves the crowns and Becky's tiara. The crowns were amazing. I really liked those. Everybody's laughing. Everyone's enjoying it. We just want to see what else is in that magazine. Have you got more demos for us to do as well?
I do indeed.
Excellent.
Absolutely. Let's do this now. If you don't mind, could I please have peach Peach Rose Shimmer ink pad.
Excuse
The
me, let me find
shimmer
it for
ink
you.
pad.
It's not that one, it's not that one,
you
it's
don't
not that one,
mind?
it's not that one. There we go.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to be using within this one the Peach Rose Shimmer ink pad. You could, if you wanted to, use your pink tulip or your fuchsia from the water reactive, but because we've got our Peach Rose Shimmer ink pad, or we've got the shimmer ink pads, that's what I'm going to be using. The other thing I'm going to be using is my carbon sparkle pen that I've got here. So this is essentially, it's the black one that I'm going to be using. And then what we're going to do with this one is let's bring in my blending brush. Now ours, I'm saying ours, your actual shimmer ink pads are so juicy. So I'm taking quite a bit off to start with. And then I'm not necessarily doing a lovely blend with these ones. I'm not bothered about little streak marks or anything like this. This is then just going to be taking some of the ink detail onto my cardstock. So let's then pick all of that one up that we can see here, and then just go all the way around. I want it to kind of like be that free-flowing, kind of natural, organic feel when it comes to the background. That's literally all that I'm doing with that one, Becky.
Okay.
It gives you that subtle sort of marbled effect.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you try too hard, it can go that opposite way. So just by going in actual fact, you would think, or I would think, if I didn't know, that could have come back from one of our marbled paper pads that we've done in the past. You know, it could come from them, but all that I've done is create it myself.
If you're quite heavy-handed with those shimmer ink pens, shimmer ink pads, will they almost make like a Centura Pearl kind of feel to the card?
Absolutely.
Oh, fantastic.
So, either by going heavy-handed with your blending tool, like so this, and then this will essentially, that's exactly what it will give you, Becky, is your Centura Pearl effect. But what you can also do as well, if you wanted that stronger look, you can absolutely do that as well. So if you can then go on. Now, I did take this bit out of the bin. Trust me, this is not going back in the bin. That'll be left to dry, and then I'll take that home and then I can die cut into that, or I can emboss it. I'm not going to waste that now that I've done that. But it just goes to show, whether it is your blending tool, whether it is going direct from the ink pad, absolutely. You're going to get not only that Centura Pearl, but you're going to get that shimmer in it as well. Look at that, isn't that fab?
So beautiful.
And please don't think, yeah, but that's just light bouncing off. There's an element of light, but that shimmer that you're getting within there.
Seeing it in the studio, actually, because I can see it on the screen and the studio, it's so much more vibrant in real life, isn't it? It's
really is. It really is. But then you can absolutely still really, really tone it down. Now, you can't see it here, and it's not strong, but I can still see a bit of shimmer to it, even although I've gone very, very light. So you've got these two ways and all the in-betweens as well, if you want to. So let's go in with our sparkle pen, our carbon, and then I'm just going to go in with, I'm just bringing something in, which is just so I'm our ball tool, but it could be brush, it could be anything.
Okay.
And then what I'm going to do is then I'm just going to tap my sparkle
I didn't know you could
pen.
do that with those pens.
Yeah, as long as you give it a good bit of force so that the sparkle comes off. Sorry, I'm sorry. They started to sing foam on a roll in my... I'm not counting anyone in to start singing, Johnny. Oh, look at that. So we've now got all of that. Look at that. So we're getting that light shimmer within that peach rose, but then we're also getting the splatters of that carbon, which are giving you that shimmer or that glitter as well. So I can set that one to the side. And then I've just got some white multi-purpose. I've got some of my gold satin cardstock. And then let's go in with our 8-piece die set here. So I'm going to go in with these ones. And essentially what I am going to be doing is building my own dream catcher, but on the front of a card blank.
Okay.
So let's pop these ones in. So we've got all these little elements here having the actual dream catcher. We've got some feathers there. We've got a tiny little moon and a star and a circle. And then all that I need to do is if I go in with my low tack tape, just make sure that's all nicely secured. Same with that one there. And I tell you what I'm going to do, Becky, just to make it even quicker, because of the size of my cardstock, it's going to go through my mini. So let's do that. So just take that one off. So I'm going to do one layer like I'm doing here in white. And then what I'm going to do is these same die cuts, but in that gold. So let's pop these bits here to the side. Let's take that one off. So I need these. I'll pop these bits out in a moment. There's the star, and that's the moon and the circle. So that's those bits. So then we can take those exact same ones again, and then let's just layer them onto my gold satin cardstock. That's going to just fit, yeah, just fits and no more. And then we can run that one through. So if I start to then run that through, so there's my star again. I'm just going to keep these ones separate, and then take the feather, don't need that, and let's take that moon, and I think, in actual fact, what I'll probably do is if I take that bit, tell you what, the tiny little details, I'm going to cut that again within the gold. So I've got a few additional embellishments. So let's tape that on, and then let's tape that one on, and then let's take my little moon once again, and then take that. And these are little nice little accent dies for just the corner of some cards or projects. Even if you've got no intention to use them within your bohemian style cards,
Yeah.
tiny little moons and
Always
stars.
handy. You can use those for
Always handy.
confetti, couldn't
Yeah,
you? Or,
yeah, absolutely.
You know, sort of sequins in a shaky card kind of
For
thing.
sure, for sure. So we can take these bits out here and then here.
Heidi asks, wouldn't putting the shimmer pad directly onto the paper suck up a lot of ink on the pad?
Say that again?
If by using the shimmer pad directly onto the paper, does that not use up too much of the ink pads? You said they're quite juicy anyway, didn't
They're
you?
quite juicy, yeah. What I would say is please don't do it on cheap cardstock.
Right.
Use a good cardstock.
Yeah. It's multi-purpose.
Use some sort of heavyweight multi-purpose cardstock. Of course, I'm going to say our multi-purpose cardstock, or if you are using any other brands, as long as it's a good quality kind of multi-purpose cardstock, it's a very versatile one. The cheaper the cardstock, then yeah, it's more open fibres. That's just going to absolutely suck and drain away at your shimmer ink pad. So I wouldn't do it on anything like that. But yeah, a good heavyweight multi-purpose cardstock, a smooth cardstock, even if you were to do it on a Nina cardstock, although it's lighter in weight, it's still that smoothness, it's that luxurious, it's that top quality, so you'll be absolutely fine. And really, once you've done a couple of wipes with the ink pad, that's more than enough, so it's not actually going to take a lot from your ink pad.
And the ink pads last such a long time anyway, don't
They
they?
do.
So, I mean, would you, I don't know whether anyone actually gets round to finishing off an ink pad. It's a little bit like nail varnish. I always think, you know, nail varnish hangs around for such a long time, as I'm sure, you know, everyone in the gallery would agree with me.
I'm sure they would.
Yeah, you have no problem. Yeah, I think that's the case.
The amount Jamie goes through, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
Can I just actually say, we're what, just over an hour into the show, and we have got what I call him, wee Jamie, baby Jamie, who is...
You're taller than everyone, Jamie. You're really tall. 6'3".
He is directing his first full show tonight.
I was saying
Yes.
to Jamie earlier on, I met Jamie on his first day. It was my first day and it was Jamie's first day.
Together.
Yeah, and I thought then how nice he was. In fact, I came home and talked about how nice you were. And yeah, and then when I heard that you were here, you know, taken on to work here, I was delighted because, you know, he's lovely, isn't he?
He
He's
is.
lovely.
He's a funny wee one.
Yeah.
Good sense of humour.
Yeah.
He's up for a laugh. If you want to see his acting skills, go across onto my social. I've tagged Becky in it as well. He's in it. Johnny directs. There's a little bit of craft opera going on. Instead of some soap operas, we've got some craft opera in, well, EastEnder style.
Yeah. I mean, a soap opera in overacting. And
well, I don't know about
impossible
you. I'm expecting a call from the NTA Awards, National Television Awards, saying, you know, we've got an award coming your way.
We're going to be on the BAFTAs next year, you and me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got the Soap Awards coming up.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
coming up, Mr.
Yeah.
Schofield. So
Yeah.
we might be getting an award there. You never know. Could try.
Yeah, and Jamie's acting skills are particularly good. No Jamies were hurt in the production of that little video, I'm just going to say.
Yeah.
And that's my little disclaimer. Definitely not hurt. I did check before and afterwards.
You will know exactly what Becky means as soon as you see it. It was so funny. So
Anne
good.
from the Twin Cities says, I think you were about to show the papers in the magazine when we got really
Oh, is that what it was?
interrupted. Well, we will go back to that, definitely, because you do need to see them, because they're not the same as the ones that you would have seen in the main collection. Everything that you're getting inside this magazine is different, but obviously, you know, still follows the whole theme of Bohemian Collection, but it's not going to replicate any of the items that you may have already bought, which makes it such a bonus, because it's going to appeal to people that haven't already bought the collection and people that have got it and want to just sort of add to it.
Oh,
I like
for
to
sure.
say, having that little bit of extra kind of inspiration, I think that those kind of things are really useful. Even if you don't use them immediately, you want to use them with another kind of design, and just having some little magazine to flick through is brilliant, isn't it?
It is. You know, I know Debbie Fisher is a huge fan of Pinterest.
Yeah.
And she's always open and honest that she gets lots of ideas and inspiration from Pinterest. And you know, and I'm the same. Many of us would love to go on there as well, share ideas and replicate ideas. Always, where possible, we'll always give the credit to the person that came up with the idea. But maybe you're not one to sit and scroll through the internet. You know, maybe you're not one. Maybe you love to have that picture tutorial, that written words together. Then of course, maybe you just love the feel of a magazine to flip through when it comes to the ideas and inspiration. Then you've got that when it comes to our magazine. You can do that, no problem whatsoever. And it's just handy. It's really, really handy. And it's one of those that, okay, when issue 3 comes out and 4 and 5 and 6, it's not that this one becomes outdated.
No.
What it just means is you've then got the ability to go back to and then re-look at styles that were within this magazine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe replicate the styles. You know, you might be on issue 6, but you can go back to this issue, replicate the styles, you know, whether it's the same style but with different dyes. Maybe it's just something that's given you that boost when it comes to the creative idea that you want. And I need it sometimes. Sometimes I think, right, I need to demo such and such product. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I could take one of our magazines or, you know, any crafty magazine, and I could bet your bottom dollar by at least the 5th page. There's, I don't know, 2 or 3 ideas. Oh, that's a good, I could do that, or I could do that, or change that. There's always something. And when you think about the amount of pages you've got, it's brilliant that you've got that ability.
I tend to screenshot when I'm watching shows with a particular product on there that I may have already bought. I tend to screenshot all the samples that they're showing to get some ideas, because sometimes you don't get, you don't get those particular pictures, you know, put anywhere. I remember when was it Winter White came out,
Yes.
and I bought the whole collection, and then it sold out immediately, so there weren't that many demos on it at all. And we've talked about this before, because you did a box, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
And I was a bit, for a while, I was a little bit, I'm not too sure what I want to do with this. And you just suddenly need some little idea, and then it sort of like lights a fire in your creativity place, wherever that is, and you suddenly sort of think, oh, I know what I want to do now. Because I think that there's no harm in taking some inspiration
Definitely
from elsewhere.
not.
We don't all have that innate ability automatically every day to go, oh, I'm going to create something out of nothing. You know, there are lots of times when we need that little extra sort of push, or
Always.
that's quite a good idea.
Always, and as you say, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. The amount of original ideas that we come up with, it's still always nice every now and again to maybe replicate an idea from somewhere else. As I said, we always try and give credit where we absolutely can do. If it's not our idea, then of course we never say that it's our idea. But sometimes you just need that something extra, something a little bit different. Sometimes, even for me, when I'm thinking of you at home, I'm like, right, what's different than maybe not necessarily is my style that I would think to do? What can I, you know, kind of push my boundaries, not only in my self-creativity, that I can then bring to you at home as well. So it's nice doing it that way too. very nice. So all that I've done is I'm just now going to go in with these little die cuts that I've already die cut out, and I'm just going to pop that one on there. Now this little circle that actually came out of the centre there, I'm just going to keep that one, I'm just going to tuck that in at the side. Now what I should have done beforehand, because I've already put my foam on the back, but I'm going to tempt fate and do this, is let's go in with my stamping platform. And it might not work because I've got that uneven base, but I'm going to attempt it anyway. So I'm going to go in with my stamp. What I might just do is, let's see, is that going to go, I just want something to stabilise it underneath. I know I've got my foam, but I just want something extra just to stabilise it. I'll just leave it like that. And let's just go for it. Let's bite the bullet and go for it. I might be all right. And then I'm going to go in. As I would say, I would absolutely do this before I put any foam pads on the back. So let's then stamp that one up. Oh, not bad. Okay, not bad. So set that one to the side, and then I've already cut my layers here from the paper within the magazine, Becky. And I've cut that to 5 by 7. Already got my tape on the back. So I was prepping this one actually just the other night. I'm going to go in, and then I'm not sure what it is, but Satin Gold kept shouting out at me when it come to this collection. The craft is such a great use when it comes to this collection, even with your purples and your oranges.
That's such a pretty card. Those that blue with the pinks that you picked out in that's going to look absolutely gorgeous.
And you'll also find, as well as this show and video to go back to, there's a tutorial within the magazine. So like that, and Becky, imagine it's just a sentiment on the bottom.
Yeah,
just a
you'd
sentiment.
Be happy with that, wouldn't you?
You would be. You absolutely would be. And then if you want to keep it all flat, also you can do that. But let's go in with a little bit of lift when it comes to our foam here. And then what you'll find, so this isn't the foam on a roll within the set, but this is where you would use the foam on a roll that you've got there.
Don't worry, we're not going to sing it again.
No, we're definitely not. That's me done it for 1 year.
1 year?
Yeah, that's it if you're lucky. If you're lucky.
Oh, just sing it on your birthday.
Do you know something? Funny enough you said that. I have said I would happily work my birthday this year.
Will you?
Yeah.
I'm working on my birthday.
Are you working? Yeah. Well, this year it doesn't bother me.
No.
I'm not doing anything or going anywhere in June. So, yeah, you might find me working on my birthday.
Lovely.
But then
Absolutely
there we go.
Beautiful.
So it's building up that Dreamcatcher die set when it comes to the card blank form. Now, of course, I've gone on to a 5.5 by 5.5 card blank. Incidentally, that could then be 5 by 7 or it could be 4 by 6 if you want. So it doesn't need to be big in size, but what a lovely little card there. Just bringing in some little inks as well. The pink that I took from the shimmer ink pad, or the peach rose, kind of complements that kind of pink tone within the back. Who would have thought that pink and blue would work so well together?
They absolutely do. It's beautiful. Very, very nice card. So this is the complete collection that you've got here. So this is that inspiration and all of those elements and that card has come out of this magazine. So you'll be getting lots of different elements in there. You're getting embossing folders, dies and stamps, as well as that wealth of information in there. And there's lots of techniques, there's things to read, step-by-step instructions as to how to put those different cards together. Lots of projects in there too. You'll also be getting the scoreboard with the acetate, and you'll also be getting some of the card stock at the back with the foam on the roll. So loads and loads of information in there for you. The price for this is £32, that's $40. 150 bonus points you're going to get with this, and it's going to double up over the weekend. That will last until midnight on Monday, and that is your special double points offer. But you also have the code CROWN20, which is going to give you individual items 20% off on there. So definitely something for you to check out. We're going to go to a quick break. But if you take the opportunity to check out your basket, and we'll see you back in a couple of moments.
Hello, I'm Ben, and I'm one of the presenters on Crafters TV. So my presenting journey started when I was about 18.
I started working at a holiday park here in the UK. Our US viewers might not know it, but there's like a holiday park called Butlins. So what's involved with being a presenter? Well, my day-to-day kind of is ensuring I know everything that's on the show. Ensuring that the guys that I'm working with obviously are happy with everything that's on the show. And I kind of feel like what I do, I'm sort of like the glue in the show, if you like. There's a bit of a crafty reference for you. So kind of listening to the guys in the gallery, the producer, the director, I'm sort of always listening to what they want me to do whilst the crafters are crafting. So I feel like I'm there as the glue, keeping sort of everything, as it should be. But I also think my job is to have a lot of fun, which I think I do on most days. Get the viewers interacting, because we always love to hear from our viewers, and I think that's one thing that we do here that you don't get anywhere else, is that interaction. So I think on the shows where I get the opportunity to craft, I always try and have a go, because I always think that if I can show that I can do it as like a real newbie base level crafter, then hopefully that'll inspire other people to have a go as well. I'm always inspired by Craig, because again, he's such a talented crafter, as our guys, as I say, all of them are, but he has obviously had a lot to battle with as far as his health is concerned. I always say this about Craig, he's, if I'm having a bit of a bad day, I always think about Craig, because he's not been so well recently, but he'll never come into work and sort of moan about how bad he's feeling, and with all of the health issues he's had and the operations he's had over the years, he's a big inspiration because he just gets on with it.
Hear ye, 'tis I, the King of Crafters TV. I have here a royal decree inviting all crafters to join our coronation celebration.
Oh yes, the red carpet's been rolled out here for a parade of treats, offers, and right royal fun celebrating the coronation of King Charles III.
Get ready to turn your craft space into your very own palace. Just use the code CROWN20 when shopping the Crafters Companion website for 20% off paper craft, art and sewing supplies until the 8th of May.
And if you're a Club Inspire member, we'll make you feel like a queen or king.
Club members will receive double points on all purchases from the 5th to the 8th of May.
And polish your tiaras, because here at Crafters TV, we're going to go all out and have some happy and glorious fun.
Here at Crafters TV, we'll be opening the Craft Vault to find some right royal deals on Saturday the 6th of May. And there's even more show-stopping offers and treats in our Coronation Celebration Craft Vault on Monday the 8th of May.
And the crafty celebrations will be in full swing, and everyone's invited.
So join us on Crafters TV and the Crafters Companion website for a right royal coronation celebration!
Off his head.
Hello, welcome back. Today is all about the Bohemian collection inside this magazine. You've got loads of inspiration in here, loads of bits and pieces. I wanted to show you what you're actually going to be getting in there. So not only do you get lots of step-by-step instructions, lots of tutorials, all sorts of information in here, you also get some freebies as well. Now these freebies aren't the same freebies you'll be getting inside the main collection, which you saw it being launched yesterday. They're going to be other things. So the first one is a selection of dies. Now these aren't the same as ones that you're going to be getting. If you've already ordered that full collection, don't think you're going to be doubling up on these. You're not. These are separate dies you're going to be getting in here. Then you're also going to be getting the stamps as well. All those sort of really beautiful designs. You saw that first one with like the moon and the dream catcher and the demo that Craig did earlier. And then this one is your embossing folder. So you get these, you get papers, you get inspiration, you get step-by-step instructions how to make projects in there, as well as getting your scoreboard here, some acetate, you're going to be getting some card, and you're getting some foam on the roll. So loads and loads of bits and pieces inside this this showstopper. This is £32 or $40. You'll be getting 150 bonus points, and all over this weekend they will double up, so 300 bonus points for you there. You also, if you decide you don't need the other bits and pieces, you've already got scoreboards and card and everything, you can just go for the magazine on its own and just have this as well. This is, obviously you're going to get all the inspiration you need there, but you don't get the other bits and pieces. You will get these bits as well. Oh, sorry, these bits as well in the magazine, but you just won't get the scoreboard and the card and the foam on the roll and the acetate. And that makes that £11.19 or $19.96. 50 bonus points with this, and again, that will double up until midnight tonight. So definitely worth popping in your basket, taking advantage of it. It was incredibly busy on this earlier on today, and it will continue to be busy. Once you've seen all of the demonstrations that Craig's doing, we've already 2 down, I think we've got 1 more to go, haven't we? There is no reason why you wouldn't want to have this, whether you are a seasoned card maker, or whether you're just starting, or whether you're thinking, well, I don't really know if it's for me. Being able to have these items in there and all those papers is going to be able to help you get started anyway. So really well worth doing. Craig, you've got a few more demos one more demo from us, haven't you?
I do indeed, but I thought what we could do first of all, Becky, I thought let's have another proper look at the papers inside the magazine.
Because we got interrupted, didn't we?
Sorry?
We got interrupted.
We were interrupted, yes, we were earlier on by Benjamin and Sarah, but that's okay. We'll go back to them and we'll have a look at them now. So they do come stapled into the centre, but this is exactly what I do. I just take them out now. The whole lot come out at once, and then it still keeps in the rest of your magazine. Of course, you just go in with the staples, pop them down, and then the rest of the magazine is intact. So what you've got here, now you have got 2 of each sheets. Now the way that they come is they essentially they come as A3. So all you're going to do with your guillotine or paper trimmer, if you are wanting to cut them, is then just use your guillotine, cut down the middle. And then if you cut down the middle, that is when you're left with your individual sheets, and then you've got 2 of each. So you've got your Be Wild, Be Free. Then you've got your Go Your Own Way, Free Spirit, Wild Heart. All of these you will need to fussy cut yourself with your scissors if you want to take them out. But you do get like a halo all the way round, so it makes it even easier to follow round. You've got that guide as well when it comes to your scissors. What you could do as well is if you wanted to do freehand with a dark outline from your art line or something like that, scan it into your Scan and Cut or your Cameo or something like that, and you can replace the scissors with the blade. So you can't scan it or anything like that, but what I mean by that is, of course, you can scan it in, but you can't do that copy facility like you can with Scan and Cut and stuff like that. All that you can do is use the blade to cut them out. You can absolutely do that. So you've got all of that, so that you've got 2 sheets of this one here. You'll see that because essentially there is the start of the next set here. So this is everything you're getting, and then you're getting it twice. So if you go into your next page here, be true to yourself, send love, happy birthday, birthday wishes. But again, as I was saying before, you've got your natural tones, your craft tones, you've got your greens, you've got your ivories, you've got your creams that work in here. Dream catcher, the love hearts, you've got, could be butterflies, it could be moss if you want it to be. So you've got them. Then you're going to go into the papers. Now, just to say, all your toppers, they are double-sided, so you've got papers on the back. So if you're like, actually, I don't really bother about the actual toppers, I've got the full collection, I'm going to use those dies and stamps, then you don't need to worry about that. You can use the papers on the back. But look at these ones here. Absolutely elegant. Elegant to perfection here, with the design, with that floral, absolutely encapsulating that dream catcher effect when it comes to the bohemian. Then again, they are double-sided, so you're going to get your full design. Now you're going to find that the colours transferred through, but it's much more of that silhouette sort of feel to it. It's a bit more haunting on that other side. A little bit haunting on the other side there. But then we're going to go into our next. This one here, Yeah, I'm just, you know, you don't really get them in the UK, like the light up bugs that you can find.
Yes, yeah.
Well, not so much dragonflies,
No,
Jamie, no, but
Fireflies. Yeah.
Fireflies, yeah. Fireflies there, you know, if a garden party across stateside in the pond or something like that, and then you've got the lights from side to side, you know, for what I would class as typical American sort of garden party at night time. It's probably nothing like that, I know that, but, you know, humour me on this one here. So you've got all that design. It is matte, so you can rip it, you can tear it, you can ink it, you can spritz it, you can distress it, you can emboss it, you can do all of that. Then on the other side as well, so you've got that deep, deep, deep background of design transferred through onto that opposite side. So you can see here as well a variety of different colours on that opposite side. I mean, look at that one.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely
almost
beautiful.
A deep purple.
It is, yeah, it is. It really, really is. Go in with maybe your clear highlights or glossy highlights or clear sparkle pens. Go in there if you want to, of course. And then if we go on to the next page, so backdrop design is then pulled through onto the opposite side. And then with that one, with your oranges as well, you've got those burnt oranges with the greens. And then on that opposite side, more of that kind of haunting feel. Adore that design, I adore that colour when it comes to anything teal and duck egg blue, and your, love it that much that the colour's just gone right out my head. No, I did say teal, didn't I?
Yeah,
I did say teal.
I like teal and bright pink.
That's nice. And teal and orange. Did not realise how much I love teal and orange until I seen this. Looks really, really good. Great combination. And then that is essentially, that is all one set, and then it's replicated again. So this is where you're getting the two of each one. So exactly what I've shown you there is what you're getting again. It's up to you whether you want to keep them in that A3 form, or if you want to then just chop them down the middle. That's then going to give you, of course, your individual sheets that are A4 in size, pattern papers, all these toppers as well. Exactly what Becky said as well. These are different from what you're finding with the main collection when it comes to the 12 by 12, of course. So they're going to complement, or if you're simply using the actual magazine collection as an alternative to the main collection. Maybe you know something, you maybe like the idea of the design, but you don't like it enough to spend in a considerable amount on that full collection. Let's be honest with you. Well, this is a nice, lot lighter price to pay for that nice little selection for you to have something. Maybe you don't want the full collection, but you just want something from Bohemian. What a great way.
Yeah, I totally agree. Lovely, really, really nice. We're going to do another demo in a moment, but I just wanted to, there were a couple of messages that come through. Lots of people watching that little video that we had earlier on, loving Craig in this video, from Mary Reno. Kirsty D, just lots of laughing emojis. Jill says that video of Ben and Craig was hilarious. Charlotte Everett says, oh my God, that was hilarious. That is very funny.
You should see the outtakes.
Yeah.
If you thought those
Really?
outtakes are anything to go by.
Well, I'll have to watch those. That would be good.
Johnny just said, is there more outtakes? Can I just say, this might be hard to believe, probably not, and it's the standard, and I'm going to tell it because Sarah's the same.
Yeah.
I find this quite easy. I always get nervous before we go. As soon as, like, Johnny, you know, of course, or Nicola, that say, right, we're ready to go live, I get nervous, and then I ease into it. Love this side. Give me something pre-record. As Johnny just said, and Jamie can vouch for, I am rubbish.
Really?
See, giving me, for that we had to learn lines. Me learning lines, I just can't do. They just, got it, and then straight out. And then you go to film and I forget what I'm going to say, or then I muck up or anything like that. We extended our time allotted to actually filming that VT because of me. That was meant to be done. That was meant to be done as one continuous filming, right? Not with me, sorry. Nope, can't be done. I can't do it as one. You know, we had to do it in sections because I just can't do it as one.
I'm sure you
No, I
just have
couldn't.
to ad-lib in future. Maybe you just got so used to ad-libbing generally, you know.
Do you know what it is as well? I know this sounds daft. So we got the script. Johnny's just went, here we go. They got the script, but then they say to you, but you know, ad-lib it if you want, doesn't need to be exact. I think in my head, I'm kind of like, well, do you want me to do the script or do you want me to ad-lib? What one do you want me to do? In my head, I'm trying to go over the script that you've given me, but then you're saying feel free to ad-lib. I can't do both.
Yeah.
I can't do both. So yes, that was, I do think they are going to release the other outtakes, because there was some quite corkers of ones, yeah.
Oh, that'd be quite good. I love it. I love the outtakes. I like the bits that go
do.
funny. Like on the VT that we have when crafting goes wrong. I think that is really funny. I quite find that entertaining. It's very good. Do remember we've got Crown 20 as a promo code. So that will allow you to get 20% off individual items on the website. So have a look at that. We've also got double points on everything up until midnight on Monday. So because if you're in the UK, it's another bank holiday, and none of us are quite sure why, because the coronation's tomorrow, because King Charles didn't want it on a Friday, so he wanted it at the weekend, so people didn't have to take time off.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know. Well, bank holiday Monday, but it doesn't really affect us here because bank holidays mean nothing to us because we're still here. Jamie gets they get the bank holiday.
Off.
So that. The code, the double points will run until midnight, midnight on Monday rather than midnight on Sunday. So we've got one more demo.
Yes.
Haven't we? Yeah.
We have. So we're going to do a bit of stamping, we're going to do a little bit of embossing, we're going to do a little bit of die cutting as well. So let's start with, I've got my layers already cut here from the pattern paper. So I'm going to go in with that burnt orange design, absolutely beautiful that one. And I have cut it to 6.5 by 6.5. And then what I've done is I've just tamed it. That's just some navy blue cardstock that I had from my own stash.
Nice with the blue.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really nice. It's a nice alternative. I did go to use black, like I'll sometimes do, with a heavy outline, but I thought, no, let's just try and get away from black for this one. And I went in with the navy blue. So it works an absolute treat. So with this one, all that I'm going to do is I'm going to go around with my tape runner. So if I add my adhesive on, and then when it comes to my blue layer, no surprise, it is 1/4 inch bigger. So it's 6 3/4 by 6 3/4. And then if I just line that one up, I've got my card blank, which is 7 by 7. So it's giving me that 1/4 inch white framework. So let's add all of that to the side. And then I'm going to use my card as a tent fold, which I tend to do anyway because I like that style, whereas it opens at the top like a tent. So let's go in. It's not really essential which way this goes up because we'll cover the centre, but we can put that into here. And then what I'm then going to do is let's go in with another piece that I've already cut of white multi-purpose, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then let's go in with our embossing folder. So it's A6 in size, but I'm only wanting to emboss this little piece. So I'm going to pop that one in. And then what's lovely with a style like this, I'm standing here, Becky, trying to kind of even it up so it's straight. You don't need to. Doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? Even if I kept that straight, once I take it out the folder, it's just going to be all at a different angle because of the design. Of course, so you don't need to worry about keeping it straight. So I'm going to go in with my base cutting plate, and then I'm going to go in with my top plate. And because it's a 2D embossing folder, now this is not essential, but it's something that I do tend to do with 2D embossing folders.
Okay.
And that's I'll add in a metal shim just to give it that little bit more pressure from the Gemini.
Yeah.
So what that's then just going to do, it's not going to damage your embossing folder, it's not going to do anything like that because it's a metal shim, so it's a little bit extra depth when it comes to the emboss, but it's nothing too thick, sort of like a plastic shim or magnetic. It's very, very slight, just that little bit of an extra shim. And then all that I'm going to do is take that one out. Now you can go along and ink that if you want to. You can distress it, you can then do the letterpress, but I'm keeping that clean and simple when it comes to the white work. And then for this one, always remember, always keep in mind as well, when you emboss something, it can stretch your cardstock. So although my blue layer I've got here is just over 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, I'm going to see, so we're not actually bad. This has kind of kept its shape. The finished sample that I've done, it stretched my cardstock just a little bit, that it was just needing, the blue layer was needing trimmed. So always, please do go back and just line up before you commit to the stick, because it's maybe just stretched that card, or not so much stretched it, Becky, it can sometimes actually pull it in, because the embossed detail, it needs to be pulled in from somewhere. So therefore, it's kind of like it shrinks the cardstock.
Yeah.
Not always, but if it has done, just go back and refer back to your matting layer just to make sure that it's still straight. Because if I hadn't have checked that, and then I've gone in like that and committed to the stick, and I find that I need to do a little bit of trimming, then it's not necessarily too late, but it's better to do it before you've got your adhesive
Absolutely.
on. And then what we're going to do is, I thought to start with, this would look nice like that, and it would do, going in with a die cut of the feather. But let's go in with another piece. And this one is 5 by 5. And what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to go in with my Noir Black, and I'm going to go in with this gorgeous rose floral. And with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in. Now this is also, because this is our, what we say is our studio set, it's not been used before, so I'm just going to give that a wee prime with my translucent clear ink pad, and then I'm just now going to go over with my black. And then what I'm going to start to do is stamp off the page. So I'm just going to ink up, and then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to kind of twist and turn, and then by twisting and turning we're going to get a different look. I might go from up and down. All that I am doing essentially, as I say there, is just creating my own frame. So I'm just going to go into here, and then I find I've got a little bit there. So what I'm then going to do, let's just ink it up, but then use elements of the stamp Becky. So I'm just going to go in there, and then let's press that in, and then that's just kind of infilled it, but it gives it that natural framework. And then we're going to go and then stamp again. If you find it hard to do that, because sometimes if you're trying to be particular, it's quite hard to do that. Do you know what I mean? Because you're trying to be kind of natural, organic and free-flowing, and it actually becomes perfect, so to speak. So if you have trouble, what I would recommend, so this layer is 5 by 5. What I would say, cut your cardstock to 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches. Do what I'm doing, and then trim off all 4 corners like 1/4 of an inch. Take 1/4 of an inch off, 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, and then what that does is that then just naturally frames it. You know, because you might find that you've got little bits there that have got like for instance, say I didn't stamp in there.
Yeah.
If I cut that, if I trimmed that, then I would eradicate that. Not issue, it's not an issue as such, but for your eye visually, it takes that away. So there's always little ways about it. So once again, in that little bit there, I'm just going to infill it, and I'm going to stamp. Now with this one, the only thing I'm not going to do that I did do in my finished sample is draw around the whole lot in ice grey too. It's the only thing I'm not going to do, but you can see the effect once I show you my finished card. So again, let's just go into here, ink up as well, and then this one I'm going to come in to, because what I'm wanting to do as well, so if I was to go there, it's going to be a little bit tough for me to put a little stamped impression down in what is here. So I'm wanting to work it so that I've got a sizable gap to then come along, like say here. What I can then do is go in. Okay, I've stamped up the whole lot, but then just go in there with that little bit of the leaf that's just popping out, just to fill it in.
It's so effective doing that.
I love doing this.
I think the first time I watched you do a demo, I think when the first time I was presenting, was when you did that with a leaf stamp. And
yes.
Then
yeah, I remember that.
I started doing that afterwards. And then you did the one with the cookies, the chocolate cookies. Yeah. So now I followed that because I just think it looks so effective and so simple.
So simple.
But it looks really, really good.
You know, and it is. It's an effective thing to do, and it's a nice way to, you know, mix in. We do a bit of die cutting. We've done stamping. We've done embossing as well. And then there's nothing stopping you. So I'm happy with that. Let's just say there was a little bit of white work just showing in there. What you can just do, Becky, is just infill it with a stamp, and then what you can then do once you've popped that in, any remaining white work is going to be eradicated because then you've stamped a little design in. But as I say, I'm happy with that. So that one can then go on with my tape. I'm going to mat and layer that one onto my blue again. So this deep navy blue that I've got, that can then go into here. And at this point, before I pop it onto my blue layer, I would go round with my Ice Grey 2 Classique or my Tri-Blend. As I say, just skipping that step because of time. But if I pop that one into the middle here. Now you can go at quirky angles and jaunty angles. You know, I prefer quite straight lines, as you know, but either or, you can do that. And then this layer, we're going to go on with our foam pads to add that bit extra height. So if I take these ones off, and then that can then go into the middle here. Now, wouldn't this be lovely if you made it a little bit bigger, 8x8, and for your 8x8 memory books, nice wee little photo there, a few little words or sentiments, would work really well. And another bit of the blue from my own stash. And I'm going to go in with that huge leaf that you get. And then this one, I'm just going to run this one through. Let's just trim that a little bit more so I can use my mini. So pop that one on. And then if I come in, run it through. And then one leaf, that's all that, one feather, that's all that I'm going to do within this one. And it's so fine, but so, so beautiful. So let's move that one out the way. And then what I'm going to do with this one, let's go in with let's go in with, I was about to use glue gel, I'm going to use foam pads. I'm going to go in with a foam pad. And then I'm just going to manipulate it slightly with my fingers. That's going to go there. So in the middle, I'm going to put my foam pad. So I'm not sticking anywhere else on the feather, just in that middle bit. So we've got that kind of free-flowing action going in with the feathers, if it's moving. And then from your topper sheet, freehand, what I've done is I've just chopped out Wild at Heart. Now, if you want to, what you can then come along and do, if you want to back that onto a piece of white multi-purpose to thicken it up, then you can do. But let's just go in with these foam pads. And then I'm going to pop that. That's then going to cover, of course, that foam pad we've just used. And then that is it. That's all that I'm doing with that one there.
That's gorgeous.
But mat and layer from the papers, we've stamped our background, we've embossed our background, we've die cut our feather background and then added one of the sentiments. So apart from, of course, the stamp set, we've used elements from each of the additional exclusive items from Bohemia within this collection of magazine.
That's lovely. Love how super clean that looks. Mary Reno says, I love that embossing folder and I also enjoy the outtakes. I'm with you on that. I like the outtakes.
Becky, sorry, can I just show you this?
Yeah.
Remember my going round with my Ice Grey 2? So that's the one that we've just done.
Oh, yep.
And then that's what I've done going round with the Ice Grey 2.
Oh.
So
Ooh,
we do side by side, just here. So that's the one that we've just done there. And then that one, what I've done here is gone round. Exactly the same card, but I've gone around with the Ice Grey 2 of my Classique or Tri-Blend.
Nice.
So,
Very nice. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. We're going to do the demo of the day. So Craig gets the cards ready.
Well do.
Demo of the day because I didn't do it. I didn't make any demos today. Pat Powell says the samples are gorgeous, Craig. I'm saving this. Thank you. I'm saving this episode. Wanda says I've just received Ben's birthday box goodies, 10 days from door to door. Excellent. Now, Christine Mahoney has asked what time the coronation is tomorrow. I'll find it on YouTube. It's 11 a.m. till 1. I think that's the main ceremony. But yeah, you'll have to be watching us on one screen and the King Charles's coronation on another. I don't think it will be as much fun as Play Your Craft. We've got a right royal game
We do, don't
tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do very well. I'm against Lily, and I never do very well when I'm against Lily.
Do you know, I've got a funny feeling you'll do well.
Will I?
When it comes to royal coronation, royal family, and that, I don't know. I think, yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
Lily might be a dark horse.
I'm a bit thick. I don't think I'll be all
No,
right.
you're
tomorrow.
not.
I know I am.
You're
I am.
anything but.
I thought Torquay was in Spain until I was 20.
Did you?
That's quite bad, isn't it? Yeah, that's quite bad. Yeah. It's not that far south. Right, so we do votes of the demo. This is demo of the day. So we've got 3 cars that we're putting through today, all from today, all from this show.
All from this show, yeah. Of course, we've got the 3 of them from this show, all from the magazine Bohemian exclusive items. So very clean, quick, simple when it comes to stamping and colouring for number 1. Number 2, doing our ink and background with a die cut, so that's number 2. And then combining your stamping, die cutting and embossing and your mats and layers for number 3. So 1, 2 or 3, the choice is yours.
Fantastic. If you get your votes in, we'll be able to count those up. Now this, we've been talking all about the showstopper we've got today. 40% of this is gone now. I'm not surprised, and I know lots of people will be watching back what Craig's done. So we've got the magazine here with all of those goodies in there. So these are separate goodies, to totally different to the ones that you would find on the actual in the collection. So you've got a die set to make a dream catcher. You've also got some stamps, and then you've got an embossing folder as well. But in this showstopper, you're also going to be getting a scoreboard, acetate. You'll be getting some card in there as well, and some foam on the roll as well. As a whole collection, that represents really, really good value. And I know that so many people have been wanting this magazine. It's great to have all those other bits and pieces in there as well. Price today is £40 or $50, or £32 or $40. Is 150 bonus points, and you'll also get a double those up if you purchase between now and midnight on Monday. Lots of people loving those backgrounds. Christian Mahoney says, I love doing backgrounds like that, making your own background with stamps, I love it. Anne says, I like the way the jaunty angles look, but I never think to do them. So clever, Craig, is from Roseanne, and Rebecca Jane says, a stunning card.
Thank you.
They're very good. And now you've got a few more samples to show us from the this collection, haven't you?
Yeah, I thought let's go back before the end of the show. Let's show you some of these ones again that the team have done, because it's really done. For me, at first, I never even thought of going in with the bright colours. You know, when when I got the magazine beforehand to do prep and go through it, so we're organised for the show, never really thought about going in with the bright colours until I seen many of these which are featured within the magazine that you can replicate with the steps included, pictures and written. And then when I seen, you know, what Emma's done, what Joe's done as well, Monique's done with the bright colours, or in that one, Teaming the Brights with your shedless glitter of the coppers, the work an absolute treat. This one here that Joe's done more of that mixed media style when it comes to your cards. You can still go in with your easel style when it comes to your circle dies or any of your shape dies if you want to. Simply mat and layer when it comes to the toppers, you just need to cut them out. You've then got the ability to do a little bit of home decor like that one there, just popping a little stand on the back that Joe's done, but even decorating the back as well. All done. I think it's fair to say she's used a little bit of red card, and that baby mini bulldog clip will have been something from her own stash. But you'll find these all featured within the magazine as well. They've even got a little bit of written blurb to them, or they've got a full in-depth tutorial, picture and written form for you to follow along with as well. You might want to replicate some of these ones, but then change the mats and layers colours. You can do that. I mean, you might want to replicate this one here that Liz has done, but instead of using the silver card, you might want to use white card. Or you might want to do black card, but with your silver gilding wax. You can do that if you want to. You can take the initial ideas and then change them whichever way that you want. DL cards, you've got your ability to do 5x7, 8x8, your boxes, home decor, you can do fussy cutting, you can really go to town when it comes to the layering of that mixed media file. There really is, isn't there? You know, your backgrounds with that kind of water wash effect when it comes to your ink pads, whether it's the shimmer or water reactive, or you're going to incorporate your pigment ink pads, maybe you're going to combine a few of them, your embossing powder, your flakes with your stay sticky glue. There is just so much. It's one of these collections at whatever mediums, your glitters, maybe your flakes, your clear embossing powders, or your clear dewdrops, anything like that, it's going to work with them. Every single element is going to work with this collection here. What a lovely collection if that's all you're getting from. But as you were saying, Becky, if you do go for the big Bohemian collection yesterday, what a nice way just to extend that with a few exclusive items you can only get with this one.
Fantastic. Lots of people loving those sample cards. Mary Reno says, wow, wonderful, fabulous sample cards. They really are. Take my tip. Take a screenshot of all of those and so you can be inspired next time. Now, we did have a demo of the show. Ooh. Can you guess which one is demo? Well, not even demo of the show, demo of the day. Can you guess what it is, Craig?
I'm going to say number 3.
You're right, it's number 3. Yeah,
number 3?
Unsurprisingly. So well done, Craig. We'll put that in for demo of the week.
Yeah, so
Maybe
that means I'm going to be up against Sarah then, eh?
Yeah.
Although technically, it's HSN preview, so she shouldn't have had a demo of the show for a star.
No.
I wonder. No, it's Leanne that's launching them, isn't it? So wait, I wonder if she was going to replicate that on launch day with the new ink pads.
I don't know. Don't know.
Yeah, well.
So Craig, when will we next see you? Because you're going away now, aren't you?
I am having a little bit of a break, not going anywhere far, just home in Scotland, not abroad as if that may be down the line. But yeah, I'm going to be back a week on Monday.
Okay.
What a day I'm coming back. We are coming back with a brand new launch.
Yeah.
The colour blue.
Okay.
Might mean something. Or one word that I will say is expansion.
Expansion? Oh. Oh, that's quite exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what that is.
There you go.
Well, I'm going to be back tomorrow because I'm here all weekend. So I'm going to be back with Liddy tomorrow. We've got a Royal Play Your Crafts Right. We've then got a first look at the duets ink pads, and we've got Right Royal Craft Vault, whatever that means. Well, it does mean that we're going to have some great deals for you, and we're all going to be dressed up in festive gear. I'm going to say I've got a big blue ball gown to wear tomorrow.
I cannot wait to tune in to see that.
I don't know if it's going to fit. We'll have to wait and see. Hope you had a lovely Friday night.
Yes.
Whatever you're doing, enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you not bright and early, but we'll see you at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Toodles.